in the setup. And we're hoping that he'll be able to bring some sort of creativity in the team. In the game against Nations FC throughout the first half, Accra folk were non-existent in attack. In the second half, they created some good chances and they didn't take them. So for Accra folk, you can talk of them failing to create chances in certain games, and again in some games you can talk of them creating those chances and not being able to take them. And football is always about moments. If your moments come and then you make good use of your moments, you're surely going to get a win. Imagine that game against Nations FC, that chance that fell to Mauli Wayo.
Yeah.
Imagine Mauli Wayo taking that chance. It would have been 1-0 for Accra folk, and it's going to be a different ball game altogether. But it
free about here, can I say? When I look at the top scorer of Accra folk this year in the Ghana Premier League, Mauli Wayo, 5 goals. Hamza Issa or your best player last season or 4 goals. So you understand the standard
5 goals after 26 or 27 matches.
Ghana Premier League. So standard not drop.
That's not sure. He scored I think for 15 goals or so.
As we are talking, Hamza or 4, Mauli 5.
There's a coaching tactics now. Players now want to pay form.
Yes, we should not.
So these are some sights and sounds from the near Geographical Sports Complex, and these are Vision FC supporters. Obviously, they saw the match very, very well, so I'm not surprised by the supporters in there. Continue for me. And
so we should not be surprised, as I'm about to free young body. And as a standard, no, like it's not scoring goals because almost standard now, I drop comparing to last season. So it boiled down to finding, because as I'm more free about it, if say he will pick up, you have a certain player within the team. You look at that player and then use that player as a motivation factor to boost your morale and start scoring goals. But the current players of our crowds who cannot perform very well. So who are you going to look upon and say, no, he will be my pillar and then my motivation factor?
If the inexperience in their crowds of folk setup is too many.
It's too many, and also though they having some potential within the setup, but our crowds of Kotoko are result-oriented team. And yet, team say we are preparing them for next 3 seasons, next 2 seasons. No, we are result-oriented club. So that's the reason why their supporters always want to smell success, want to see success. So based on what is going on in Accra, so folk is saying that the recruitment and assigning you're proud to this particular season. No, look at Kumasi and Kodoko. And they find a way of getting some experienced players to adapt to the setup, and that's why Accra is on top of the Ghana Premier League. So for Accra folk, though the striking department, but some way free boating should be up and do.
I think say let me sound a bit controversial. I believe this Accra folk team has overachieved this season.
They have overachieved.
Yes, they've overachieved this season. The reason why I'm telling you this Accra folk team has overachieved this season is that look at the Ghana Premier League. The teams who are doing so well. These are teams that have experienced players. These are teams that have been able to assemble players for one or two seasons. You understand? And these are players who have gotten experience. They've got young players who are doing extremely well. Then they've augmented their teams with experienced players. Look at Asante Kotoko. Asante Kotoko have the likes of Baba Yaya, the likes of Peter Amido Akwa and so on. Then they go on and bring the likes of Kwame Poku. They brings you wouldn't put him in that experience bracket, but he's also another guy who has potential. They go on and bring someone like Kwame Poku. They go on and bring someone like Isaac Mite and so on. All these guys are experienced guys who definitely come and help the team. Look at Mediama's team. Look at Mediama's team almost this year. The last of Derek Forger more team no leaving. They're still playing for the team.
But your quick prediction.
Well, I think it's likely to end the draw. 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw.
Yeah.
Raman.
Goalless draw in the first half.
Okay, so our team of commentators are ready, and of course for the English, category.
Goal for Hasselfolk, and it was the Mauli Wayo's goal that separated the two sides. As we take a closer look at their starting lineup, that's for Vision FC. Interesting stuff with Kwame Rowe, the captain of the side, leading the front line. Yamo will be playing from the left wing. And Nagaji has been shifted to the right-hand side. In the middle, very interesting stuff with Boatie Jete and Kusi Asante playing from the right-hand side. Exciting back four, Ajiman Musa, Mohamed Ali, and Sanja the young man. And as usual, it's the regular face between the two sticks for them. That is Abraham. And that's the Vision side. It will be sped on by the teaming fans here. So those are the match officials hitting your shots at the moment. The Gideon Kofi will be assisted by Osafu James. Assistant referee 1. Referee 2 will be Awaji Bless Chachu, and the fourth official will be referee Maso Hansen. That's the two skippers up the side. Let's hope to separate matters from that quick interaction with the match official. So that's Benjamin Osari, the man who've gathered so much attention after his return to the country. And I've also extended his contract with the Phobians by another year, after giving just a 1-year contract. Here's awarded a side. And this Hasselhoff starting lineup, exciting stuff. There's double changes to this team, with Ransford Mensah coming in place of Amankwa, who will sit out today's game. Ampedu have also been replaced by Hussein on the right-hand side. Boateng is saying Asma will be playing from the left-hand side, and an exciting back four of Mensah, Asibe, Yadom, and Ewa. But take a look at their bench. They've got the likes of Adam and Franny all sitting out there. They'll be hoping to come on in the second half. But they've got Kwabena Boateng, who's also sitting out as well. Martin Kikari, most of their fans have been canvassing for his start due to his promising showing in their last previous matches. Also, Hasselhoff will be playing from left to right in your shot, whilst the home side will be kicking from right to left. And you can see the former Nations Cup team man in the 18 jersey. Samuel Boateng has come under the scrutiny from most of the fans due to the big chances he's missed, even against golden kick in the MTN FA Cup. Any moment from now, the referee will take a look at his watch, and that will be a big signal. That we're just about commencing the first half department of the game. Well, that was Vision's bench, and led by Coach Nana Achuman. We've also got a technical director, Anna Walker, who's been speaking big ahead of today's fixture. I believe his side is going to go out by 2 goals to 0 in the first 25 minutes. And it's something everybody will be at least expecting from this very physical Vision FC team. That's Abraham, the goalkeeper for Vision. The man who've come through the ranks and have been featured for the national under 17 side. And any moment from now. So there we go for the first 45 minutes here at the near J. Kraku, the second sports complex in Taman Newtown. And it's Vision with the first touch of this game. As Yemo trying to run out there from the left-hand side. And unfortunately, it's just a very strong, narrow space for him to break through. But they've been rewarded with the free kick, quickly taken. Sanja brings it back to Abraham in his own area. That's a long lash up front, trying to pick Camilo, but Benjamin Osari at the right place claims it. No trouble spilling at all for the Black Stars goalkeeper. Wallace kept more than 10 clean sheets this season, tells you of his quality after crossing over from Great Olympics. After named the best goalkeeper in the Ghana Premier League. And he continues in the same trajectory. Yes, Hasselhoff now with possession on the far side, drops it deep into the middle. And it's back onto the right-hand side. And that's a big flash up front. And he's looking to pick Boateng, gets him. He decides to just touch it with his right foot. As Michael also set to say, sends one in, managed to pick the big man. Hasselhoff with a big chance here, and it will take in folk. What looks to be Kunedu Yadom's kick, who elected himself to hit it. And once again, will be forward, finding his forward man, but can't reach them. As the supply has been cut out. And so Jerry round onto the left-hand side, and guess who is coming? It's Nagaji, picks it, drops it a little bit, sends in Isuga into the box, but it's been dealt with. And you can just see Vision FC just trying to hold the pressure on the opponent. Just inside 2 minutes, 46 seconds. Well, at least maybe the clear difference for Hasselhoff this afternoon will be their goalkeeper, the ever-experienced Benjamin Asari, 32 years of age. Most of impressive resume. There's vision in the middle. Spreads on to Daniel Yamo. Managing to keep it. We'll drag it onto the left hand side and pick Sajiman back to Yemo. Sanjay again found out there. Sensing the killer into the channel. But there's absolutely nobody there to connect onto it. That's Hassel starting something exciting. And that's Hussein. It's brought back to Ransford Mensah. Castlefeld on the front foot now in this game. There's Ransford and Mensah. And they're giving out possession. It's been a heated exchange in the last 4 minutes. And the tempo of the game absolutely skyrocketing at the moment. Yes, Yemo giving a bit of activity by Mauli. Vexen has it back in the effort. Yes, Ajiman. Santi will push it into the middle. Back to the defensive line. And that's Ali. The former Lions man joined Vision FC in the second transfer window. And has been a regular feature for them. That's a bit of touch there on Chrissy Asma as he stays on the turf. We need a bit of help. Just look at that again. So you can see that's a big brawl between the two players. And it was Boachi was the culprit on that occasion. Also, that's a big briefing space for the two teams. At least to have a bit of chit-chat once again. We'll keep you updated on what is happening across the other match venues in the country. That's Archiman, one of the assistant coaches for the national under-17 side, work with Coach Lai Kinsey of Levy's Post. After that, what will be qualifiers? He's gonna fail to pick a ticket. Back into Vision's box. That's Watson left it for his forward man to hit, but it's a very feeble shot from Mauliwayo. Not the best of it. And he's one of the players Vision need to really keep the eyes stuck onto him, especially at that right hand side. But here Vision will run right out, dragging the ball into their own territory. And guess who's the man? Is the man in the 5 set who does all the job. Brings it to Ajuman. It's very quick and very, very sharp. Now Sajete Soa. Well, that's Coach Abubakar Ouattara, the Ivorian international. Come on with CAF license A. So it tells you his pedigree in Africa. He's taking his time. Manu will have to scream a bit on the touchline. Anytime his side is struggling to find their fit. Once again, referee Gideon Ikofi spotting something unusual. And will point the other way around. And that's a big relief from the home fans. Well, early on before the match commenced, we had a very short presentation to the family of Shamokwe, a former House of Folk legend who died 28 years ago. And that was part of the bronze winning team back in Barcelona, 1992. Well, looks to be a free kick for Vision. And it to be taken. All right, watch it. Fine Surgery man as they try to work their way once they get into that's the final third, but unfortunately they've given up possession. That's a big hit looking for Wayo, but they scored a big one to square off with. Couldn't really match the pace of the man in the 7 shot. Well, that looks to be Suraj Musa. Just look at that battle again and swing between these two players. Mowley just stealing his way a bit into Vision's box, only for the whistle to halt that movement. Oh, the best of stats for these two teams. There's been a lot of activity. Just wondering, it's a bit shocking with Coach Chano Walker's statement that side Vision FC was going to get 2 goals in the first 25 minutes. But we've already done 9 minutes already, and just wondering if that really will be the tagline after this game. That's an obvious throw-in for Vision. On the left-hand side, quickly thicking out. And it's brought back by Kusia Santi. Having the white headband on his head. That's Mauli Wayo. That's another big hit looking for Boateng. That's a lovely way to intercept that. Looking to use the wings to the advantage. But once again, Vision FC reading it quite well and dealing with the menace. As they will now love to come a bit upfield from the left-hand side. That's going to be a long shot, and it's taken and just flying a bit. He fails to keep it low below the crossbar, and it was just dragging away onto the far left side of the top post. So 10 minutes then, and there's no clear-cut chance at goal. And it's the same old story. Yes, a long one delivered up front. That is Kusio Santi who picks it. Back to Kunidi Yado. That's a lovely play, and the fans will cheer on. It's Hatsafuk team. Hussein drags it onto the right-hand side. Yes, Michael Iwa will find SCB out the back. Onto the left-hand side, that's Kunidi Yado. SCB has been invited into the fray once again. And that's the confirmation of the scoreline for you. We've done more than 11 minutes. And nothing to separate these two sides here at the New J Krakow, the second sports complex in Temani Hotel. That's the folk really caressing the ball in their own area at the moment. This is a lovely run. This is Hussein into the penalty area. And he overdoes it, over-elaborates it from the definitive midfielder. That was a glorious opportunity, just fluffed away. I was just thinking he could have at least looked for anybody in the white shirt. Martin was just waiting at the receiving end, but he decides to go solo. That's a big clearance out of far left-hand side. That's Radford Mensah. Also playing with Chem United, but here's Hatsafok, that's Wayo. And they give away possession. Kusia Santi will drag it onto the right-hand side. A lot of twisting and turning. Nagaji. Yes, Boachi. And he'll check direction of play onto the left-hand side. Ready to stay with Vision as Ajiman picks it with his favorite right foot. It's out again into that far channel. Really sending most of the ball into your own penalty box. That's a bit worrying at the moment if you're a Vixen fan. And again, you've got to at least give them the benefits of the doubt, trying to create something exciting from the back. It's a very difficult midfield battle at the moment. They find it so difficult to penetrate. That's the folk midfield where they've packed exciting players to look out for, the likes of Setosai, who is very skillful. Very well, pick this throwing back to Osetsebe. And there's another long one into Vixen's boss, gets a header to it. Oh, nearly picked up by Michael Abraham. No troubles at all for the home side. Mario into the battle, by win by Crisio Santi. Boateng. That's a big chance. And it's well defended by Boachi. The way still is up. Formation player Crisio Santi stays on the turf. And that'll be a big situation if he fails to continue with this game. You can see he's in some deep trouble as he lies on the turf. He picked a knock on his ankle. You can see after he went into that heated exchange. Well, there's a lot of drama here as we keep showing on the screen some beautiful faces all over the stadium. Well, this was the incident that nearly resulted in Natsufo opener. That's a textbook header from Efri Boateng that has not got a power to sting Michael Abraham between the two sticks. 15 minutes cleared. Well, excitedly, Edmond Asante is part of the national under-20 side as they prepare for the under-20 African Cup of Nations in Egypt. One of the players missing in the setup today, the youngster, just 16 years of age, and he's already a revelation. Chimano destroying, fine. Daniel Yemo, a bit of scrappy play there. That Vixen will keep their composure, wins it. He's trying to bend that ball, cuts open Vixen's defense. But it's been well cut off there. Lovely idea from the man in the 37 shots. And let's hook him to the rescue, Suraj. Brought across, but there's nobody in the white shirt. And makes it very simple for the goalkeeper to back onto. Well, we've seen a very fluid football from the two teams. The only thing lacking in their puzzle has been the fact that they've not been able to create anything convincing up front. Yes, we'll have to bring it forward. See, he takes a long drive up front. Kusi turns it away. Yes, Rafael Aponsa. We'll look for Hussein. Got to find him in that very tight angle as the Phobians come forward. That's a big movement there. And you can see the fans absolutely disgusted about that challenge. But in the space of 3 seconds, there's Rafael Aponsa that goes into the book of the referee. And the fans absolutely are mad about that decision. But indeed, there was a big connection. Maybe this should have passed for a free kick. Reaching up the opportunity to launch another attack from their own territory. Yes. Archieman. Yes, Daniel Yermo in plenty of space there on the left hand side. He's got a lot of options. JT fishing on the right foot. This could be a bit dangerous. Looking for Nagaji within the box. Finds it. But has been watched tightly at the far side. And there's another free kick. That's a very advantageous position. And it's the youngster Emmanuel Sanja who goes to the ground. Well, talking about Emmanuel Sanja, has been one of the most exciting youngsters this season, unless to play in the Ghana Premier League. If you care to know, let's just look at that movement again at the far side. Well, Sanja, just 16 years of age, was part of the national under 17 squad that was dropped to national under 16. As they have the free kick, sending so many bodies into Hasselhoff box to see if they can really break the virginity of the game, which has been a bit mixing in the last 19 minutes. It's lofted inside and it's well guarded by Benjamin Asari. He's got the height to deal with it. Wayo trying to break away, and it's Hasselhoff free kick. Oh, the fans just going very wild at the moment. It's crazy noise all over. Oh, the near Jikaku Sports Complex in Newtown, but that was the incident again as Mauliwai was touched from behind. And Hasselhoff now have got a big opportunity to see if they can try something from that distance. Or the likes of Sexibe have now joined the fray in Richard's box. That's the referee. Ensure the 2-man wall formation is well erected. And that will be Daniel Yermo and Archieman. Well, let's see what can happen from this one. Kwesi Asma also standing by it. As well as Ransford Mensah. Will it be an incisive one? It's Kwesi Asma sensing the guy that big opportunity in a big space. Rafael Pansa. Ricochets of Daniel Yermo. Kwesi Asma trying to drive to the traffic of bodies. Send it across, and again that's a touch. And the whistle is up to save the situation. And Vision FC survives it. As Abraham stays on the field. Instead of picked a knock in an attempt to save the situation. Well, let's see if he will be able to continue. Well, played for Accra Lions a bit on loan for a period of 3 seasons. Michael Abraham returned to his darling club Vision FC back in 2021-2022, and it's been the first choice since 2023-2024 season. But this was the lovely delivery into the channel with the goalkeeper, and he's getting involved. "22 minutes played," and that was a brave start from the goalkeeper. Less than 25 minutes to go, and already we still see fans trooping in. And it's a very heated game, but no goal to shoot for at the moment. Lucien will leave it. That's Camero. Wanting to keep possession, will be waiting for anybody to arrive, but decides to go for the power. Comes off. Couldn't do Yaldon. Boateng falls back to help with defensive duties. Wins it. Finds Setosay. Kwesi Asma lost focus for a second and get away possession. Ball back into the safe arms of Michael Abraham at the moment. Looks to be going for a long hit up front to find his talisman up front, especially the skipper of the side, Kwame Ru, being left all alone up front to square with this Hasselhoff defense. Well, interestingly, Kerala United have just taken a very important jump ahead of the Diana Stars at home. Now Zasafok now trying to create a bit of opening in Vincent's area, headed away by Kwesi Asante. Chelsea also is also leading Hearts of Lions at the moment. So just tells you how keenly contested this weekend has been. Well, in terms of possession, it's Vincent who've seen most of the ball in terms of how they carries the ball in the opening half and boxes around 55% as compared to 47% for Hasselhoff at the moment. You're Hasselhoff having the big numbers in terms of the shots on target with 3. Oh, some other player lies down on the turf. It's a bit worried. The Hasselhoff fans, and it's the man with so much experience set aside on the turf from that particular challenge. I'll just watch it again. Foot up challenge from Boache, and it might just be lucky not to run away with a yellow card. Set aside has been escorted out to receive further treatment. But Vision have got a throw in, and it's Sanja who picks it up. Transfer Mensah. They'll struggle to go through that far left hand side once again. They've been gifted with a throw-in advantage, and it's going to be a long one. Take it. Looking for Boateng. Advantage, you'll stay with it as the Phobians try to create a bit of instability in Vincent's final third. It's not into the box. That's a lovely header from Boateng. But it's been whisked away once again. A quality showing from this Hasselhoff attacking line. But what a clever defender we've seen so far from Vincent. And once again, I'll try to really stand their ground and ensure that at least they keep their dream of at least rescuing a point from this game intact. It's Vincent trying to box the ball now in midfield. They'll have to drive through the middle. Ends up losing the ball. And it's Mike Kelewa, the experienced Mike Kelewa, who's been doing the business this afternoon. A brick wall on the right hand side. Very difficult to go past. Hasselhoff, Kwesi Asma managed to keep it. Trying to go to the traffic cone. Set to side, decides to go for the shot there. Ricochets of somebody into the box now. Boateng, oh my goodness. And it's Michael Abraham with that heroic save at the end. Lots of touches within Visions FC penalty area. Ends up losing that big opportunity to take the lead. Here's Vishin. Sajiman. Kwesi Asante. Sajiman. That's Yemo. He's got a lot of options. And it's tipped over beyond the bar line. And you can see he knows he could have done better. A bit disappointed with that decision. Fails to create anything out of that lovely opportunity that was coming his way. Well, so far, Visions FC top scorer this season. It's Balfour with 3 goals. And tells you that absolutely you cannot play this way. I'm going to check Balfour as we go for the cooling break. It's 30 minutes, half an hour done. And it's still nothing to really see from these two teams in terms of creating opportunities up front. It's been lacking a bit. Maybe the two managers, Nana Juman and Coach Abubakar Ouattara, will use the opportunity to have a bit of chit-chat with his forward men as they track their tactics a bit up front. In terms of goalkeeping options, it's been excellent so far for the two teams. Michael Abraham have been the busy of the two sides. Well, we keep seeing a lot of fans still trooping in. Everywhere is filled. And it's a bit understandable. It's a 21-time Ghana Premier League champions playing and a 12-time MTN FA Cup winners, record holders. Your fans always in the traveling majority anytime they play in any parts of the country. All you can hear from the background noise, Vision FC, Nanajiman telling his lads, you've got to keep it very simple. And let's try to draw the Hearts players out of their defensive shell and look the ball over them, and let's to create a bit of opening. They will press the reach, start batting all over again. At least keeping the dream of at least putting the hand to the Ghana Premier League intact, especially for Hasselhoff, who wants to have a bit of belief that if they're able to win their remaining matches, of course, which is less than 10 matches to go this season, this thing can be closer. But as to whether they'll be able to do that ahead of their arch rivals, Asante Kotoko, it's a big question. Yes, Vision, that's a lovely shot across. And it's from the man, Nagaji. That's a crazy drive across. Obviously, miles away from the mouth of the goal post. Just marking over the centre back, bringing it forward. Joined from Nations FC in 2024. And there he is once again with a lovely touch for Kwesi Asma. Somewhere between two players. But he's got a scale to bring it up front and start winning. The sympathy of the referee. Well, Suffolk bench. Of course, we've got Abdulaziz Adam, Theophilus Collinson, Yatin Kakuri, sitting on the bench. They set it out once again. And that'll be a hot chase on the right hand side. Shoved off his feet. Formation now trying to operate on the two flanks. They've been more busier with the left one in the last few minutes. 35 minutes with just 10 minutes left on the clock for the first half department of the game. And here's Vision charging for it. That's another lovely shot sent across. And it's just a grounder. Absolutely have not got a power to staying goalkeeper Benjamin Asari. And here's Vish's bench. Likes of Abdul, Raf Suleiman are all sitting on the bench. Emmanuel Akansese, the man who have returned from loan from Finland, sitting on their bench. Here's Rafael Apuncha. Drags it onto the right hand side, looking for Boati. That's a bit of pushing from behind. And the referee once again gets it spot on. So Jamil on his feet. Well, some attacks have just got in one against Legon Cities. Well, yes, Osesime's free kick for the Phobians, dragged across into the box. Brushed off. Brings it back to Kunedu Yadon. Set to say. A bit of twisting and turning. Rafael Apuncha will come for it.
Well done.
Sends it on the wing for Mauliwayo. Well, nobody comes in the second half, but being a regular starter for Watara side in the last 5 matches. It's the super sub. Well, that's become a real decoy on the right hand side. And it's Ransford Mensah. And it's the former Dambot man who picks it. Who left to send in the Ikela from the right hand side. Looks to be a long drive, isn't it? Can Hasselfeldt break the deadlock? We'll wish in defense withstand. Let's deal Metal and deal with this one. It's brought across and it's pumped away. Chrissy Asmal brings it back to Hussein. With Hasselfeldt keep on pressing. Long delivery in. There's a big chance for Hasselfeldt. Can he see it? It is in. Hasselfeldt takes the lead. And then near Kaku, the second sports complex in Terminal Town. And guess who is the hero? It's the man in the 5 set. The centre back, Calvin Osasibe, with just a tap in beyond Vincent's defense, and Asari celebrates. Creates a sense all over the stadium. Well, it's been criticized several times this season, and it's just risen to the occasion. Just look at that fair delivery. That's a brave goalkeeping. And he just the closest. Just a tap away to turn it in. And the Phobians are looking to have a real party out here. For left it, plenty of space. Unpardonable from Vicious defense. You cannot just allow that quality stuff from him. Just one touch and it's in. Almost 40 minutes, but here's Vincent's chance to get back. And that's blocked. Yes, Watara on your screens. Must be a relief man at the moment. Decides to just stay on his bench this afternoon. No gimmicks on the touchline. Yes, Kennedy Adam trying to walk forward a bit, but decides to find his colleague centre back. Osesibe. And here's another long one into the channel. Hussein at the end of it. But the whistle has been blown once again by referee Gideon Kofi. At least to hold that movement from the Phobians. What you can see, there's a lot of emotions on display at the moment all over the stands. But here's Daniel Yamo formation trying to drift into the middle. Decides to go for the power. And again, that's miscued. Well, that's the goal scorer on your screens. Osesibe. That's a lovely tap in. Well, you can see she's been a staunch supporter of the Phobians. Always traveling with them anywhere they go. Or simply put, Mama loves the football, isn't it? Well, 4 minutes to close the chapter on the first 45 minutes, and his vision in the driving seat at the moment. Lots of options and lots of outlets. They just need to calm themselves down. That's Kwamiru, who is the deputy captain in the absence of Tate Bafo. Who sits on the bench. By getting to see, at least I can see, so his course is made up of some quality stuff in terms of his long range shots. That's what we're lacking for Vision FC this afternoon. They'll have to get into Hearts of Folks penalty box before releasing those long drives. And maybe it's Adeshit who just caused a bit of stay out front. Hussein breaks away from his marker. He's got two players ahead of him. Just in a haste to release it. Kwamiru drops there to help. Yes, Solly onto the far left inside, plenty of space. House needs to be careful. Vision FC still coming for it. And straight to his marker. That's a bit of a suspect, isn't it? Yes, Simano Sanja finds Kusio Santi. Well, yesterday at Accra Sports Stadium, we saw Accra Lions raising from their reins after conceding the first half goal from Chinebua Prince. They got back into the second half and they scored twice, but Asari picks it up. Absolutely no problem spilling. Probably a skipper who is leading by example at the back this afternoon. Unless he's got a firm grip of his back line in terms of issuing instructions. Santi, but there's a bit of miscommunication. And it's out for Hearts of Oak throwing. Well, Kusio Santi, joined from Namoro FC in Kumasi. Azaz tried to come for it. And it's Mali Wayo once again hosting on the turf, the former BBN Ghost Stars man. they have picked. You know, certainly getting into that activity with this player. Just look at it. That must be very painful. As they have picked a knock on his head. Well, absolutely nothing. Not on his head, but there was a bit of contact a bit. And will certainly be in some big pain. "44 minutes. We're looking to hit the 45th minute, and we'll be looking to see the number of minutes that will be added on by the officials. Chrissy Asma lifts it for Hussein. Looks to be another crossing that has been sent across. The referee already spotting something, so that is a confirmation. There's 3 minutes of additional time. Yemo, lovely play. Kwame, can this be the equalizer? Oh, Benjamin Asari makes that daring save. Oh, no wonder he gets the one ahead of Lawrence Atezegi and even George Walcott. That is brave goalkeeping. And 4 seconds. How did the captain miss that glorious opportunity? And the agony for the Vision fans is just doubling at the moment. That would have been a great story. A great equalizer at the death of half time. Look at the movement again off the head of Daniel Yamo. Saw his captain in plenty of space. But great decision from the House of Oak shot stopper. Well, let's see, go to the ground the quickest. Kwame, this is good to continue with the game, but we've already cleared more than 1 minute of the 3 minutes that have been added on. Let's see who also stays on the turf a bit. That's Mike Kiliwa. Well, the referee has been absolutely impeccable in his first 45 minutes in charge of the game. Considering how this game have flown in the last 47 minutes. It's been a heated affair between these two teams with a lot of end-to-end stuff. That's why you'll try to keep this one on the turf, but fails in his attempt to do that. Well, first half is almost upon us. That is Sanchiman for Vision FC, who got at the broken pieces on the left-hand side. And back to him. Suraj will be looking for Muhammad Ali, but the goalkeeper picks it instead. Sanja. Pacific wins possession. Martin being set for in the free. Hacks onto it. Well, you can see the physical presence of Vision's FC defense is absolutely off the roof this afternoon. It's a very physical team. They've got the physique to match any team in the country. It's a lovely touch. Daniel Yemo will have to drift into the middle himself and try and see if he can try his luck from that distance. Here's Sanja. Chipped it over. Asibe nearly giving away that big opportunity, but guess who comes into the mix again? It's Benjamin Asari. We've cleared the 3 minutes of additional time. As the two players collide and stays on the turf. And has to certainly be exciting The last press to ensure that the shot stopper is able to continue with the game. His absence in the last 3-4 matches cost them to drop so many points. And you can see that was the incident that resulted in that incident of the goalkeeper and Kwame Rose staying on the ground. And here this one was from Sanja. That was a lovely cross into the channel. Well, absolutely, it's half time. The near J Krakow, the second sports complex in Hotel. It's Vision FC 0 across the folk who head into the dressing room of Kelvin Osesbe stopping to lead in this intriguing fixture. But don't go anywhere. We'll be crossing over to the pitch side where my colleagues Gattuso will be running through the halftime analysis.
Krakow, the second sports complex, and it's Accra House of Folk leading by a lone goal. I have my colleagues Najid is right here with me, and of course Michael Kofi-Odro of Metro Sports is also here this afternoon, and it's been a great game. Vision Football Club, they are down by a lone goal. Still live on Metro TV, live on Original TV, live on Alpha TV, live on live on the Ghana Football Association app, and of course Joy Prime and our Doom TV, Net2 TV. We are live. This is the home of the Premier League. It's Monday 27. Vision Football Club 0. Accra Suffolk 1 at
something that he want to unleash this afternoon. I talked about Kwesi Asma, who be partnering Amponsa in midfield, and it has really worked for Coach Abubakar Ouattara, because at the end of the day, Asma is somebody who can hold on onto the ball, give defensive splitting passes, and I like his recovery rate. So to me, Accra Suffolk has been on top. I will not take anything away from Vision FC. They've done well, but when you are playing with your grandfathers, you must know that no, you must do an extra job for you to overcome them. But my problem is with Osei Esibe and Kredu Iyadom. Now, this last minute gap, the chance that Vision got, they were all flat-footed. That is the problem I have with them. They should communicate really well. For Benjamin Asari, to me, he's the black star #1. Look, he does not move. He doesn't go shaking. Now look at the last minute gap that I was talking about. The moment the player was coming, he was just watching the ball. If it was any goalkeeper, he would make a move, but Benjamin did not make a move. So I think that excellent performance from both accounts.
So excellent performance from goalkeeper Benjamin Asari, and of course Accra. So Michael Kofi-Odro is right there with me. Kofi, this is the home of the Premier League, and this is the first time on the screen talking of the Ghana Premier League. A lot of Ghanaians, I expect a lot from you. What your general assessment of the game?
Yeah, Gattuso, I think that it's really been an exciting game. This is a game that even on our platforms, Metro TV, Original FM, Original TV, we had the two teams speak really big ahead of the game. With yourself and Nano Walker, it is just right to congratulate you after winning the best. We know we're going home with driving in a brand new Jeep. And I really feel that the game has really lived up to its billing. I've always said that the Premier League has, it's demonstrated lots of quality, especially this season, except that people who run the bad commentary are the ones that do not make time to follow the games on TV or make their way to the stadium. And what Vision FC and Accra Hearts of Oak have demonstrated here this afternoon is a clear quality that the Premier League is made of. The two teams we've seen them string passes, we've seen them put the ball on the turf and play the ball on the turf. Fantastic football, except that Hearts of Oak have shown a little more experience, and it is the reason they are up by a lone goal. And then also you would want to single out a goalkeeper for Accra Hearts of Oak, Benjamin Nasari, and heap praises on him because he's the reason Hearts of Oak have gone into the break with a clean sheet. We've seen Vision FC create some decent chances, especially the 2 chances in the dying embers of the first half. But Benjamin Asai has demonstrated a performance worth being in the Black Stars post, and I feel that he's really done well. For Hearts of Oak, or for Benjamin's counterpart on the other side, Michael Abraham, I feel that he's kept a very cool composure, not really tested, except for the situation where he was also to portray the quality in any other player. So if the contact is not severe, that will be whistled as a foul anywhere on the field. You lose that right of protection once you come out of your box. And so it is difficult to tell whether the referee, Aja Kofi, or his assistant made the wrong call. But I feel that even if there was contact, it was not severe enough to call for a whistle. The goalkeeper erred. The fundamental rule is that once you come out of your area, you need to make an impact on the ball once you have a touch. And I feel that everything has been perfect. Play has been fantastic. Officiating by Gideon Ni Kofi and his assistant has been spot on. There are a few occasions where the Hearts of Oak fans have reacted, but you would expect that. I feel that everything has gone well smoothly. Spectatorship, right on. This is the kind of spectatorship we expect week in, week out at our centers, and you'd want to commend the Vision FC communications team led by our own Babangida, and even for Ignite Media, the energy we put in it, the airtime, and then the effort we put in promoting this game has yielded the kind of results we expected. And I feel that it's a wake-up call on not just Ignite Media, but all of us as media people to promote our own and exert a lot more energy on the Premier League. And I'm sure that the results will show, as is shown here at the Ajay Okraku Sports Complex this afternoon.
So still live from the Ajay Okraku, the second sports complex is the home of the Ghana Premier League. Vision Football Club, GPL Accra Hearts of Oak won at the end of the first half. Second half will commence very soon. And are we going to see more goals in today's game, Kofi?
Yeah, from the way the first half went, I expect to see some more goals in the second half. If I'm to predict, I feel that we would have a minimum of 3 goals in this game. Maybe in the second half, the goals could split with each one of them getting a goal to end the game 2-1. Or if Vision FC will continue to expose their backline like they did in the first half, I feel that it could be a 3-0 win for Hearts of Oak or a 2-1 win for Hearts of Oak.
Okay, I have Malam Mesmela here with me. He's good at predicting Accra Hearts of Oak games. Are they winning today?
I can tell you that Accra Hearts of Oak is winning today, and the scoreline is going to be 2-0. I'm telling you.
2-0.
No, yes.
Malam Mesmela.
So those who are taking, is it Betway, the bookmakers? Yes. So for 2-0, trust me, it's going to be 2-0.
Okay.
But that one will also happen. I think that Coach Ouattara needs to revamp his team again. Yeah, because I can see Mauli Wayo is a bit tired. And I think that is the way he's being used on the wings. Now, Hussein on the left side, I think that there is time that he needs to push Hussein in. I know how he variates his system. He can revert back to his 4-3-3 that he plays, or the 3-5-2. Then let the fullbacks also start surging for it, and they'll get that goal. But to me,
you made mention of Mauli Wayo, and I think at the blast of the whistle, Coach Ouattara is not happy with Mauli Wayo, the way he handled the last ball before the blast of the whistle. And we heard him mentioning, we've done this at the training grounds. Why should this happen? He's not happy. What do you think? Do you think he should change Mauli Wayo?
And if you have that technical, and I can tell you, it's really affecting Accra Hearts of Oak. let me use Kwesi Asma for example. The moment he gets the ball, he raises his head. He look at his flanks first before he wants to move. But Mauli will always cut in instead of him to open it wide. That has been the problem. And I've always seen Coach Ouattara shouting. So he needs somebody who can just open wide for those passes to go.
But Kofi, what do you think the two managers should do, Nana Ajima and Ouattara, as for Accra?
I think the players that started the game demonstrated high level of quality, and so I do not expect any change, early changes. I don't expect a change in the first 15 minutes. Maybe they should read the game, and then after the 60th minute, if there are reasons for some tweaking of the Scots, then they can do that. But Nana made two interesting points I would want to reiterate. One is the centre backs of Accra Hearts of Oak. Kunadu Adam and then Kevin Osei SB. I mean, there's been times where they've committed unpardonable errors. A lot of the time they are flat-footed. If they continue, because Vision FC are down, and they'll be more offensive-minded in the second half. So if they continue to open up those spaces, you will not always have your goalkeeper come to your rescue. There are times where he could also be vulnerable and concede. So they need to trade cautiously, especially in the second half. And then talking about Mauli Wayo and his inability to open up play when the midfielders have the ball. I know Kwesi Asma very well. His forte here is the long drives, the long passes. And Hussein is not your typical winger. Hussein is a winger who has been converted into, he's a midfielder who has been converted into a winger. So his speed is not that much. And that is where I expect that Mauli Wayo will be opening up more for a lot of the long drives from Kwesi Asma. And then even Setose has also got that ability to be sending the balls wide. So I feel that Mauli Wayo needs to do a lot of running in the second half so that he's able to open up the defense of Accra Hearts of Oak. Of Vision FC.
Vision FC. Okay, so we hand it over to our commentators, Victor, and of course, Justice Kole. This is the home of the Premier League, live from the New Crack with the second sports complex. Vision FCG Accra Suffolk 1 live on Metro TV, live on Original TV, Alpha TV, as well as on the Ghana Football Association. It's also live on Adum TV, Netu TV, and Joy Prime. Sit down and relax and enjoy. Yes, it's also live on Light TV in Kumasi. This is the home of the Premier League. Victor, if you can hear me, over to you.
Well, so the Vision fans not backing down any moment from now. You can see the singing, drumming, dancing continuing over the stands. As the folk fans a bit quiet at the moment, despite their team taking the lead in the first 45 minutes. So say, let's see. What to be hoping for a spirited second half performance. As their coach, Nana Ajima, will be having plenty of talk, especially in the dressing room, where his captain, Kwame Rowe, have been a bit silent up front, not giving a breathing space to run through those tight channels. But there's a bit of work missing with the absence of Edmond Asante, who's been very crucial to the Ghana Premier League debut campaign this season, and his absence definitely is going to cause a bit of stain in their performance this afternoon. Well, for Suffolk, who are currently in the lead, it's been business done so far. Very tight back. Kelvin Osesibe, Kunedu Yadam, and experienced Michael Wawe is planning straight on the right hand side this afternoon. And the coach Ouattara, he says that Suffolk is a team that do not make a lot of promises ahead of fixtures, unless they tend to do the talking on the field, which is what they're showing this afternoon. I decided to step out a few minutes after the first 45 minutes and hear dropping, you hear most of the Vision fans saying that at least they've got a chance in this game, at least to rescue a point. You're very confident despite trailing by a goal to nil. Also, Sibe, parts of the famous defense Ashanti goal side. A real dribbler, very agile, anytime is trusting for it. And you see Benjamin Asari having that tit-tat with them. What, this is the man who is Vision's top scorer this season with 3 goals. Emmanuel Chebafo, who might be coming in the second half. The skipper or the general captain as well of this side. Well, lots of business in the stands as usual. You'll be expecting Efiri Boateng to lift his game a bit. He's been doing a lot of running around Vision's final third, but in terms of being productive and his hitting target, it's not been forthcoming from the man in the 18 shirt. And a lot of credit to this youngster who denied Hasselfolk twice already. At least to ensure that Vision do not concede further. Well, we might be seeing an early substitution. And that's the confirmation. As Michael White's off for Samuel Amufat to come in. So another centre-back has been introduced by coach Abubakar Ouattara. And here's Michael Ewa in his shot. Well, he's just taking his time to walk off the pitch. Well, that's the Bibiani, former Bibiani Ghostas man coming in. He's got a great understanding with Kevin Osesibe this season. The partnership definitely yielding the result. That's the full calf being in search for. And game is underway for the second half. With Asafok now playing from right to left. Last year, opponent play in a reverse position. Bobby Vision's free kick. It's a quick one sent across. Well dealt with Rafael Amponcha. Here's set to say. Looking for Mauli Wayo. Picks it. Here's got to bring to team. This is a lovely header. How did he miss that? Well, we've got to see that again. Someone batting a free, gifted a glorious opportunity. And fails to direct his head. Let's go. And the scoreline stays the same. It's Howard heads, and you can see Vision's been absolutely mad on the other defensive shape. Oh, they're just struggling to contain Hasselfolk in the final third of the pitch. You should have seen more than 2 goals in this encounter. Here's Vision. Well, he's trying to come for it. On the edge, this could be dangerous. It's just a lovely hit. Oh my goodness, it's in! What an equalizer! And Vision are back into this tie. What a hit! Into the top left corner. And Benjamin Asari couldn't just say it. He did not see that coming. And it's Ajete Soa with a lovely hit. FC to play around the edge of the 18 area. And we've just seen the result. What a color into that top corner. Quick response from the home side. Just look at it again. Wall curved around the defense, curved around Benjamin Asari. And it's in. And let's see if they can at least pick themselves from the ruins here. Hasselhoff. Here's Rafael Puncher. Setso say. Trying to go solo. Drops it back to the left hand side. Ronaldo scored a goal against Midema FC. Has been kept at bay into this game. Yes, Christian Sante quickly takes it. Drop to Sanja. Yes, Nagaji. He's got a best to catch up with that one, but not this time around. It's just too strong for him. JT. Yes, the man who scored a goal on the ball again. Bets that one in again, looking for those in the yellow shorts. Hasselhoff needs to be a bit careful. As this tends to be giving away so many opportunities. That's one of the quickest goals Hasselhoff have considered this season. This Veshin still pressing. Kustia Santi comes off the brick wall of Rafael Puncher. So the confirmation of the goal and a goal scorer for you, the man in the 80 shirt. And he's taking it to a notch higher this afternoon by leveling matters. It's throwing for Vision FC. A bit of time wasted. Nice to wind down the clock. And still trying to cut open the Phobians defense. This time around with a train advantage. Back to Nagaji. Quickly taken. Brought in. That was Chrissy Asma. Sad to say, I've been deprived of so many of the balls this afternoon. Not the main orchestrator in the middle. Well, looks like Kwame Rowe might be going off. And another exciting exchange from management. And it's the man with the captain's armband who handed over to Michael Abraham. As he goes and takes an early shot. And it's Emmanuel Akansi who gets ready to come on. What's the player has been after his straight outside the country. There's a real threat in front of goal. As he gets ready to join the fray. Well, with the absence of Hamza Issa, it's been a struggling Hasselhoff in the final third of the pitch. But even Hamza himself have not been sort of criticism in terms of how he's failed to deliver in this particular season. You can see he's trying to have his first touch. So right, confirmation for you is ruled that is out. As the drumming continue over the stand. And has to win that challenge again, and it's set to say, will give the Phobbians a big relief. Trying to walk through the traffic of bodies in the middle. Abraham picks it up, no feeling. Straight into his waiting arms. Okay, Sese drops it. Kusia Santi. Vision playing on the ball. On the far side, that's Emmanuel Ajiman. And it's out for a train advantage to the home side. We'll continue their press. That's Mali Wayo. We got a big challenge on Edward Ajiman, who tends to stay on the turf. Absolute silence from the stands, especially from the Hasselhoff fans, who are a bit disappointed with the showing of their side in the second half. Benjamin Asari getting his war ready. Sanjay Nere stand behind it. Well, just wondering is going to be the left back. And that's a poor take at the end, but they still managed to have it. Drives in a long one. That's over ambitious hit. Not even close to the mouth of the goal post. "55 minutes and it's even." Set to say, that's a beautiful cutout from the channel. Rafael up and shout. Moving a bit outfield. The crossing has been sent again. And it's cleared away. Has to fail to pick the broken pieces. Kunadi Adam goes down. And he wins the free kick. Well, Kunadi Adam lying in pain. You can see anytime you have the opportunity to drive for it. It's a big disaster for Vision FC. He's got a very nimble foot. He's got a lovely height, 1.93 meter. Kunadi Adam, just 24 years of age. Has to play with his favorite right foot. A former Waffleman. Joined Hasselhoff back in August 2022. Just look at that movement again, sandwich between three players. At the end, and as Wachi was the culprit. That's a weak ball. Delivered into the box. Should have lifted the ball, but decides to go long. Ejete is back to Edward. Nagaji, and the supply has been cut out. This machine still trying to come forward from the far left hand side. That's a lovely piece of skill. Good body balance from him. Hussein, not the best of clearance. Still lagging around the 18 yard, and is finally out as Yamo walks to pick it. Well, it's Daniel Yamo. What's been the orchestrator on that far left hand side. What we might get to see the likes of Theophilus Collinson, Martin Kakari, all making their way into the game any moment from now. But here's Kusia Santi for Vision FC. It's a long one. Looking for Akansise, picks it. Somewhere between two players. And it's been brushed off his face. And you can see Kunedu Yada absolutely mad with his colleagues. Who fails to keep the eye on the ball. And he's putting so much pressure on the centre backs. There needs to be another Vision FC corner kick. This is where Hasselhoff needs to be careful. Really struggling to, this is throwing, I beg your pardon. Really struggling to deal with those circumstances. I can see Kusia Santi. That's a big hit. Now that will not look at Mauli Wayo. It's a big hit. At least to look at the right winger, who also plays sometimes as a first nine. Have to stay behind the defenders. Edward. There's another big movement there. It's a touch from behind. Set to say. And this is Vision's free kick. Well, I just told you, Vision beginning to bully Hasselhoff in terms of their physical presence. There's Sanja. That's a brilliant footwork from the 16-year-old. JT, here's 101. With Hussein, lovely pass now. Sanja sent it across, it's a grinder. That is out by Kunedu Yada.
Come on, boys, come on!
That's an eagle eye to tap that one out. On the dangerous area to avoid the danger. And it's a JT, so I'll picks it. Sanja will bring it across just at the last post, but nobody there to tap in. That's a free opportunity. That is an every moment. If you are watching on Watching World, especially if you're a Hasselhoff fan. So many questions about Hasselhoff defense in this particular half. Just look at it. Touch to the far post, but absolutely on the best of anticipation. That's coming inside the box. Well, that has to be a yellow card. And it's Mauli Wayo. And this player needs to be very, very careful. You can see he watches on. We'll just watch it once again. And it was Edward Achiban who went into that battle with Mauli Wayo. Well, Achiban absolutely not pleased about that touch to him from Mauli Wayo, but he overreacted a bit in that circumstance. Just very lucky that the referee decided not to dip his hand into his pocket and flashed a card. But it is Hasselhoff corner kick. One of the few set pieces in the second half department of the game is footed across. My goodness, that's a big defensive monster out there from the man Ali to keep it out. And the emotions are beginning to flare. And this is where you need the referee to stamp his authority. on the match as Bachi equally stays on the ground. Well, we've seen so much physical play in this particular half. Let's just look at that one again. It was Kwesi Asma. Final release from Kunidu Adam. Nice came straight. Hit the stomach of Bachi, who went to the ground in the process. Well, we've done 63 minutes. It's brought forward by Samuel Amofa. And the referee allows to give the advantage to the home side. We're playing some very exciting football. Yes, Raj. He's got a lot of options.
More than 80% of global trade is carried by sea. Most of the products we consume daily travel through ports, making them a key link in the global supply chain. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority is committed to ensuring the enhancement, resilience and sustainability of port infrastructure and maritime trade. Get to know which vessel is bringing your goods, how much duty you are required to pay and how quickly you can clear your goods from the ports of Ghana. We ask the relevant questions and elicit responses from the appropriate authorities. We interact with you via our social media platforms and put your queries across to the expert. Iron Port shows this and every Sunday live on Metro TV at 5:30 p.m. Iron Port is proudly brought to you by and powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Iron Port, transparency in doing business and building a nation.
Phobia 69 minutes. Bibia Vision FC from Mountain Crab about the 10 watch 80 hours to Baby from a clever HF4 Vision FC with Chabo and the Monaco House of 80 hours.
Dede ya kase oni ha so ni koto ene wa obetimi ameki anaso obetimi ase wakasa and imagine ne omungomu ene ma 70 minutes ya ya boyi omodi bono ekenya pa o hwe bona omodi omunya bona omodi fa across of book number 2 position ne hono no Samuel Amufa ni hono no e kamya se hono no eliki anana ko kwajiman aka chene mantie se omufa fa ho eno eno mu a this time on side the house also
change album Abrantianite Emmanuel Cheba for Abakenum Sanso Ana Isa Akuka and so Abakenum Ababo Etiama Abo Etiama Vision Football Club 71 minutes Daniel Yembo Wapiri Afigenum Kona keke Kodia Vision Abrantianite George Artifom
now this is only what so far say version right and inside the house of books no someone need be has esa danena one kana de akoyom
Kona keke Kodia Vision Football Club Kona keke bo Ediatia 72 minutes Cheko Vision FC Hanya Kona cake live on Abdom TV Original TV 72 minutes corner kick for a short pass. Wajabo ya manifesto a chance for Vision FC. Piamo de Bonako and Fifi Nansofobia from Montana Clever on the floor. Pona de Santa Circle, Santa Rafi, Gideon Ni Kofi, Wachamabe. Wajabo on the Akakoma Ali Mohammed. Muhammad Abone 10 at the Boachrim. A chance for Vision FC right here box now to the Borantiman. A lovely pass. Now so that be set or say what you want him. Kelvin Osiasibe Wakalebo on the front tentem. Week 27 of the 2024-2027 Ghana Premier League. Tate Bramo Efe Ni Aje Okaku the second sports complex. A chance for Phobia. Set us a chance for Phobia. Now so that corner kicker called Phobia. Goalkeeper Michael Abraham. Akaketuaminka Omadi Eye. Vision FC 75 minutes. Corner kicker called Diama. Glorious across of folk. A chance for Phobia. Another corner kicker called Diama. House of folk 76 minutes. Week 27 of the 2024-2025 Ghana Premier League. Corner kick for Phobia. Vision for Mantana Pimore Hussein Mohammed. A control for ball team Amufa. Nansu Suraj Mohammed. Suraj Musa Wakalebo Defo. Emmanuel Chiba for our pass. Vision FC. Watching Vision FC. Sandy Boba sign. George Tay. Nepasa Modia Kakoche. Phobia Matini Krabon Hussein Mohammed. Hussein Wajamudia Koma 7 Asari. 7 Wajamudia Koma set Osei. Set us in the crowd, which I want to call Nifaso. Phobia, Kwesiasma, pass the Akoma Hussein Mohammed. Hussein Ejemu Nasubiano. Ama Adrian Ajiman. Wakalebo Trune called Diama Vision Football Club. 77 minutes. A 1-1. Bonababe de Santa Seco. Beautiful play from Emmanuel Akansasi. Jabon Diabani Faso. Vision FC. One pass. A chance. Now so assistant. Lawan Frankane Bababa Abubakar Watara on Tiasi or Tiantani Manteno, our bench. Akuka Isifu Akuka. No outside position. Kevin Osesi Bena Supersonic Timan Kwababedi Emmanuela Kansasi Wachemudi Akwakoma Jote Nagazi Agazi Piada Koma Edward Ajiman Wajada Koma the goal scorer Bishak Wama pass na so Hussein Wa intervene kwa jibo no pass no boy no so Ntimanko Vision FC dominate Keno free kick. $79 minutes gone. Goalkeeper Benjamin Nasare Wejanoho area to from 79 minutes. A 1-1.
Justice Collie, so far so good. Way a younger say and Obibia Wabi Pimo has a boy or Shannon sure say Ninia Japan. Two teams in ya Obia Ebobo say way enya bona Udru Ponima Oboboni Nemum defenders no and a Euromo say across of folks so enya bonombo no to me bobo no could drew vision for Ponima. Na defenders na Ajibon this time no baby Edru no Edru Emrea I was said the two coaches in a mounting strategy bia a betimi asay the opponent na edie enunti Abubakar Watara ene ne mrantie no enkasa senes saso ana na kuku Ajima ne mrantie no enkasa
Vision FC now so that be want to me bono a go kick po edie Vision Football Club Vision FC so far 25 matches in Omabo Premier League, 6 wins.
We'll say thank you. Well, that's the folks top scorer this season is Maoli Wayo with 5 goals. Once they tried to come for it, Abraham out on his line. The second person is Hamza Issa with 4 goals, so it tells you that the goals have not just been pouring in for the Phobians this season. And that's been a major talking point. As Tuku prepares to come in for Vision FC. So that's Frank Kamura-Duku making his way. Well, let's enjoy. It's 9 minutes left of normal time. We'll tell you who've been taking off in a jiffy. There's Benjamin Asari, the Blasters goalkeeper, preparing to lace one up front. First to Hussein. We'll find Stephen Asari. It's a big hit up front. Certainly expect Osesime to pick it. Mouse ahead of his opponent. Picks it. And there's Hudson Fox. Free kick at the moment. Well, there's a lot of chit chat going on Hudson Fox bench. And you can see the free Watson explaining himself after mixing that big opportunity just to keep his head out to go. That would have been a complete difference on the scoreline at the moment. As Kennedy Adam scores full mark with that stretch. Once for Mensa. Sending another crossing back to nobody in particular. As was to pick it up. This big stuff. Sets Hussein. And it's blocked. And you can see put his 2 arms on his head. I thought he has just got it into that narrow space. Then I was restricted for the court to come in. So complete new faces up front for Vision FC with Che, I can see Say, and the big man has a big hit there, but that's a foul protects it. The referee have none of that. Here's Kuka, picked by Hussein, by far one of the best players in today's game. Mohamed Hussein. Here's Vishin looking for Sanja, picks it. Brilliant piece of skill to keep the ball on the turf. FGT. He's looking to chip it over. Oh, just 5 minutes left. And we'll take you to other match venues across the country to let you in on what is happening. Well, Santi Kotoko has just put one back against Bechem United, receiving. Oh, Baba has posted a big chance information, and Benjamin Asai picks it. Yeah, coach thought that was at the back of the net. It was Ahmed Samuel who level matters for the Porcupine Warriors on Babaya Sports Stadium against Bechem United. So Bechem, Becrum Chelsea leading Hearts of Lions by goal to 0. Far away in Becrum. That's beginning Gold Stars. Samosu finding that long goal against Young Apostles. Kerala leading Vienna Stars by 2 goals to 0. Legon Cities losing to Summertex 1996 at home. And has the fuck in Vichin. He's aiming. Hasselhoff trying everything possible to get back into the lead. Yes, that's to say. Finds Ransford Mensah, who puts himself now into the middle. He's still set to say, looking for a lot of outlets. Fine one, Chrissy Asma. A bit of time wasting. And Hasselhoff have the advantage. It's Martin Kakori. There's a few minutes. And that's Nanaya Mankwa, Hasselhoff, assistant coach. And Sars prepares to take this one. Just 21 yards out. Very close to the edge of the 18 area. Well, Kotoko still in the pack with 47 points. Mubiene Gold Stars following closely on the same points, but in terms of goal difference, Hasselhoff stays at the 6th position with 41 points after letting go their lead. 88 minutes. That will this be the big opportunity for Hasselhoff Martin Kakari to take it, sends it across, and that's a lovely effort to tip it away. And Michael Abraham stays on the ground at the end. What a save! Well, let's to keep his team intact. You just look at that for a free kick. For Martin Kakari was searching for the top right corner. And he was denied by that dependable hand of Michael Abraham. And stays on the field and is receiving a bit of medical treatment. That was very quick, that was very sharp. Just look at it, would have crashed the crossbar and fall into the penalty box. All the fans not happy on the bench if number one shotstopper fails to continue with the game. Just look at the ball that was struck earlier on. I need to get his hand to it. Beautifully placed. Well, good starts this season. I've scored 25 goals and conceded just 16. Something that put them ahead, miles ahead of Hasselhoek, who scored 22 goals and conceded 15. So it tells you in terms of their defensive shape, they've been very lucky. And a bit careless at the back. Not for vision, they've scored 21 goals, conceded 29. Running in the negatives. Just a few points above the relegation drop zone. Just 4 points. Let's see back to resume from where we left off. We're watching what this has been Ghana Premier League match day 27. We're glad to be Saturday from the seaside in Temani Hotel. As Bachi hits this one up front. Picked by Stephen Asari of Hasselhoek. Left it for Hussein. Will run through that space. And a bit of miscommunication. Ends up giving the ball all the way to the opponent. Sanja brings it for Bachi. Jete Sanja into the channel once again, but has been blocked. Stephen Asari. That's what I said to say. That's a big challenge. Really coming up against the might of Jay. Also, Smith gets ready to bring it up front. First to Norway sets, but first to Vision FC. Well, it's possible we might be seeing the last team from Hasselhoek. Just maybe we could be seeing Humphrey Tete. Coming in. If Coach Watara decide not to keep his team intact at the moment. It's a big run, I can't say it. And he's taking off his feet by Query Adam. Runs for Rensa. It's a lovely play. Set to say, he's got a pace. Set to say, this is a big moment there, and a big man misses it. Edge of the staff from the midfielder, running through the traffic of body with ace. That would have been very special now. Just look at it, very agile movement there, but ends up producing a very weak shot at the end. I mean, for his quality, he could have done better. Well, into the last minutes of additional time, and it's Benjamin Asari, the right place to claim it. It looks like Suffolk are beginning to settle for this one more stalemate here, away from home, for the first time playing in front of the huge fans in Temani Hotel. It to be a satisfactory performance. Yes, Sageti saw formation FC. Lost it over onto the left hand side, brought into the tunnel. And coming off his weak foot. Can so not find the target. Just maybe this could be the last kick of this encounter from the other side. Sesame with a lovely hit to bring it up front. Veshin have the opportunity now to try their luck from distance. Stored by Sesame. Swapped off his feet, yes, Sanja. And his back's there. 97 minutes, 22 seconds down. And it's Chrissy Asma who lies on the turf. Well, some of the fans beginning to step out of the stadium. Well, certainly the Racing FC fans will be the most satisfied ones after coming down from a goal to level matters. And for the Hasselhoff fans, they would have felt that they deserve all the 3 points. As we get to see another substitution, I'll tell you. And you know, he's getting ready to come in for set to say. Let's just play 1 or 2 minutes. Yes. Steven Asari driving for it. Not the best of pass. Chrissy Asma. Steven Asari. Well, that's Saturday exit here on the near J. Crack with the second sports complex in Temani Hotel on the end of an intriguing fixture. Both teams settling for Sobet. It was Calvin Osasime first half goal that gave Hasselhoff the lead. And in the second half, what a lovely scene that we saw. A lovely bend from Ejetisoa. At least to keep Vision FC into this game to rescue a point from the home grounds, taking a tally of number of points won on the step to 22 this season. And you can see the Hasselhoff players a bit disappointed with themselves. The bad performance from the officials as well. Yes, Edward Ajiman for his efforts. There's also Muhammad Ali. And we get to see the two teams socialize on the pitch after the mouth-watering exchange. All is full time at the near J. Krakow Sports Complex. Is Vision FC 1, Hasselhoff 1. Don't go anywhere as we cross over to the pitch side.
I think that was what we were expecting. Another entertaining second half, 45 minutes of football. To me, both teams have really done well in the second department of the game. Accra House of Folk did their best, but Vision FC came into the party trying to at least get another goal, but that couldn't happen. To me, the two tactical brains on the benches of both Accra House of Folk and Vision FC have really done well. But I think that the kind of incursions that Vision FC made, I thought that they could have gotten another goal, but they couldn't get a goal. Has have done well. Vision FC have really done well.
All right, so Michael Kofi Odo is also here. Kofi, it's all about Vision 1, Accra House of Folk 1.
Okay, Gatu, I think that it's really been an exciting game. Even the second half was more exciting than the first half. We saw end-to-end action. And remember that before we went in for the second half, both Najee and I said that if Hearts of Folk were going to allow the spaces, if they were going to allow Vision FC to operate in their area they did at the latter part of the first half, then they were going to concede. And indeed, in the second half, Vision FC seemed to have taken off from where they left off in the first half, where they piled the pressure on Hearts of Folk, and that resulted in the equalizer. For me, it's been a beautiful game. It's been an exciting game. It's been a game where the two teams all showed quality. The tactical prowess of both coaches came to bear, and it's a fair reflection that they said their sport. Except that Hearts of Folk had some more decent chances where you would expect that at least they should have been up by 2-1. But for me, the excitement, the quality of play, for what the two teams said, it is just fair.
All right, Kofi, the head coach for Accra House of Folk is here. Let me talk to Coach Abubakar Watara, still live from the Krakow, the second sports complex. Coach, 1-1 Vision 1, Accra House of Folk 1. Your take on the game?
I think we play at this stadium, but it's not easy for us because of some things I don't want to say here. But when we are playing football, we didn't need the handball people here. We play football. Football is the high level, is the physical contact, but no, that's the one. But I think the game is not bad. The two teams try his best, and we get 1 point.
Talking about the two teams trying their best, are you impressed with your boys' performance today?
Yes, me. Every time I'm impressed because I tell them we can score. We create some chances, but no problem. That the opponent also do well in defense. He defending well, and the midfielder we do our best. But everybody try to win the match in the midfield. But the midfield is consistent of the two teams.
The goal you considered, will you blame the goalkeeper?
I keep that for me in the dressing room, not here.
Your next game is against the Diana Stars midweek, and what should we expect, Coach Abubakar Ouattara?
Oh, we always started the good performance, the maximum points. We are going to look to get the points. That's the point we need. We don't need anything about the points. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
all the best, Coach Abubakar Ouattara. That's the head coach for the Phobians, Accra Hearts of Oak, still live from the Nikraku, the second sports complex. This is the home of the Premier League, and I have the head coach for Vision Football Club, Coach Nana Ajiman is right here with me. Nana Ajiman, 1-1. Are you excited with the result?
No, I'm not. We had a game plan, and the game plan could have worked easily. We created more chances than Hearts of Oak. We should have taken the chances. We didn't. Hearts came into this game with only one game plan to play with one, try to win the first and second ball, get into the attacking phase 3 as quickly as possible, which they succeeded with in the first half. One of those balls resulted in the confusion. We crashed ourselves. They got that goal, but we dominated the game. We played through the phases. We got into their phase 4. Unfortunately, we couldn't convert our chances.
Any lessons from today's game?
Yeah, of course. I think that still we need to work a bit more in phase 4. The movement in phase 4 is not that great. Our composure in phase 4 is still not that great. I think that if we get that right, because our wing play is excellent in the middle of the field with Meshach, it's excellent as well. If we can get our strikers or our front line making movements for Meshach to put the balls through, I think that teams will suffer in our hands. But unfortunately, when we get into phase 4, the movement is too poor. We're not able to convert our chances. Even the first touch in that phase 4 to even make those chances not good. So if you look at our goal, for example, Meshach had to take that goal, and he's been practicing it the whole week, and he got it right, and it was a beautiful goal.
Well, what is the secret right here at the Nikraku, the second sports complex, that's making teams difficult to win here? You've lost just one game here.
I mean, this is our home ground. We know every inch of this field. We train here, we play here. The boys have been playing on AstroTurf for a very long time, so sometimes if you get used to the AstroTurf and you go to the natural grass, it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult to find natural grass here and train on it before you even go and play on the naturals, so we find it difficult. But once we are able to have a good turf and the ball is on the ground, I think teams will suffer. Again, we need to work more in phase 4.
What should we expect your trip to Baseke Holy Stars?
I think it's going to be difficult. Baseke has a very good home record. We're going there, we're going to go find what we can get, but I mean, Baseke should wait for us. There is no way that we can also give away the points. Somebody has come here, he's picked up points. We need to go there and also pick up points.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Nana
much.
Ajimai. So Nana Ajimai is the head coach for Vision Football Club, and he's not happy with the results, and he thinks they should have amassed all 3 points. Mewa Soa Ewaha and man of the match right there. Soa Etisay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wait to be at a man of the match, and that's a whole game now.
And that game near tough, and you say playing as of easy because one of the biggest team Ghana Premier League.
What was the problem? Then about
problem is first half you're indiscipline kakra and it's na eba ni san ba ye call by instruction and etumi call ye my
not just a coach in the born home or into them to me take on.
Yeah.
When that's game when Baseke Holy Stars, then I get
fans me say you be win and they say to me win must win. If say bibi I done so nti must win.
Actually way then I can fetch the other.
Me can say nyamisha nasco for me da masi any sponsorship ni we man of the match we
so thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, so Soa is the man of the match, and he's so happy, and he says thank you very much, Nasco, for this particular award. It's all over at the Nikraku, the second sports complex. And Naji, we wrapping up. Odo is also here. Naji, your last take so that we go.
The only thing that I generally can add to this is that I want to say a big thank you to both teams, especially to the communique department of Vision FC for promoting this game. And I think that all the Premiership teams should take a clue from what they did. When you promote your matches, the spectators will come. So they've really done well. Let's say a big thank you to them. That's what I can say.
So Kofi Odo, it's all over here at the Nikraku II Sports Complex.
Okay, for me, like I mentioned earlier, it was a fair reflection of the game. There's midweek action. What it means is that both coaches and their squads must get back to work as quickly as possible. For Vision FC, they are just 2 steps away from the red zone, the relegation zone, and so it is important that in their next fixture they live up to the whether they play home or away. Now it doesn't matter. They need to pick the pieces wherever they play. For Hearts of Oak, they dropped to 7th place on the Ghana Premier League table, but you may say that other results have gone in their favor, because in the top 4 clubs, I think it was only BBN Gold Stars that were able to pick a